The reality is that there's been a lot of wrongdoing, a lot of lack of communication. I mean, damage to items, breach of contract.
A moving disaster. That's what a family is calling their experience with a local moving company. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Ken Rice. This is a story that's gone viral on social media. KDKA investigator Erica Stanish talked with the family and the company involved about exactly what happened. Erica.
The Kreshocks say they hired Dawn Farm Moving out of West Mifflin and paid $20,000 up front to haul their things from 2 homes in Uniontown to Florida. But they say what they were met with instead was one disappointment after another, leaving them to take their experience to social media to get the company's attention and to get answers.
Through the inventory process, we got the quote, we settled on Dawn Farm, we were a go, we were excited.
Ahead of their move to Florida, Ashley Kreshock and her in-laws were originally quoted $18,000 by Dawn Farm Moving to pack up, load, and drop off items from their 2 homes in Uniontown on July 14th and 15th.
We got to a certain point in the move where we realized that the one truck was not going to be sufficient for both homes.
Kreshock says that's when a U-Haul truck was brought in, picked up the remaining items, and was driven back to Dawn Farm Moving to be transferred into one of their trucks to be delivered together on July 19th. But she says on the day of delivery, only one truck showed up in Florida.
When that second truck never showed, that was a huge surprise, because here we're anticipating furniture, clothing, items that they needed, that we needed. And really, it was my in-laws whose truck was missing.
For days, Kreshock says she worked to reach out to the company to learn when the second truck would arrive, to no avail. Meanwhile, leaving her father-in-law, who's 72 with Parkinson's, sleeping on a mattress on the floor. When she didn't get answers, she says she took to social media.
The post specifically said, hey, we're missing an entire truck. My father-in-law is on a mattress on the ground, and instead of problem solving and saying, hey, here's where the truck whereabouts are, here's where your items are, here's when we can deliver immediately. It was, we can possibly get to you by the 31st. And they were appalled that we would allow him to sleep on the floor, as if that was our intention or we were in control of that, and then promptly offered to purchase us a bed frame.
An email shared with KDKA by the Kreshocks shows Dawn Farm Moving offering to deliver a bed frame to the family in Florida that day, but never addressing when the moving truck would arrive. Rather saying, while I know there may be other concerns from your relocation, I hope this step can offer a bit of comfort.
Because this wasn't a matter of a missing bed frame, this was a matter of an entire truck missing.
Kreshock says the company then blocked her on social media. On July 24th, she says they called with a tentative plan to deliver the second truck on the 31st and offered a $2,500 refund.
And the contingency was if I would sign a non-disclosure, take the posts down because it's not a good look on their company, and then that would be the only way that they would consider any type of reimbursement for the family beyond the initial small 10% off. A refund with a silence offer.
The Kreshocks say they denied that refund and were later updated. The truck would now be there just a week from the original delivery date on the 27th.
I was really hopeful that that truck was going to come on Sunday and it was going to be a redemption moment.
But when it arrived, she says matters only got worse.
So when that truck arrived and it opened up, we kind of gasped every piece of furniture. The boxes were completely smashed, whether they were marked fragile or not, it didn't matter. And it just kind of got more and more heartbreaking as the truck continued to get offloaded.
KDKA-TV reached out to Dawn Farm Moving, who explained the second truck was delayed due to the original estimate doubling, saying they had to schedule another truck once it was available. The owner's son also telling KDKA the discounted rate offered to the family was done as a gesture of goodwill, quote, knowing it was a frustrating situation and wanting to make it a little easier on the customer. We ask if it's standard policy to offer to replace an item that hasn't been delivered yet, referring to the bed frame. They said it's not something they typically do, but they offered it in good faith to make the situation right. The company went on to say, quote, We know the move didn't go as smoothly as anyone hoped, and our insurance company will be working with the Kreshaks to bring everything to a fair and respectful resolution.
My hopes obviously is that, we can share awareness of the situation so we can, ensure that something like this doesn't occur again. Also, just to make sure that we're rightfully compensated.
The Kreshaks say they're working with an insurance provider now and have not heard from the owners of the company since.
Oh, man. Okay, so what's the advice for anyone who may be planning a move? How do you make sure that this cannot possibly happen to you?
Well, you do have rights when you're moving. In fact, the federal government launched a campaign back in 2019 to help protect customers when moving from state to state. Just go to protectyourmove.gov to check it all out. We have a link over on KDKA.com. Now, in this case, the Kreshaks say they filed complaints already with the BBB and the FMCSA.
All right, Erica Stanish, thanks much.